All right, ladies and gentlemen, what's good, y'all? Welcome to another interview segment here on We Create Music TV. Of course, I'm your host, B. Vaughn. And man, today we got my dude, my guy. He's a lyricist, he's a rapper. He's a lyricist. When I say this boy, he's a lyricist for real. But welcome my man to the show, Ackurate.
Yo, yo, yo.
Yo. What's
good?
good? What's good, my brother? What's good?
Hey, yo, I'm blessed, man. How you feeling over there, B?
Man, I'm good, man. I'm good. How's St. Louis treating you?
Chill, man. Still, you know what I'm saying? We still dealing with like, a little effects of the COVID, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, everything is chill, you know what I'm saying? A lot of stuff is starting to open back up. I actually got a show Friday with my label, so that's pretty dope, you know what I'm saying? So we getting
Oh,
back into
that's
swing
up.
of things a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
Word.
Yeah, the same here in Atlanta. You know, shoot, I think when COVID hit, Atlanta was like, we still gonna do what we do.
That's crazy.
I was like, dang. So, but yeah, man, you know, welcome to the show once again, my brother. I'm glad we had a chance, and we're going to have this chance
Appreciate you.
to just sit down and chop it up and talk about all things accurate and, man, just really get into it. So, for those who are watching who may not know you, may not know your story, just walk us through your musical journey. How'd you get started and kind of where you are today?
Well, like honestly, bro, I was in well, really, I grew up. I was born out in the Loop. I moved to New York when I was super young. You feel me? And that was like the first like really time that I really got accustomed to like hip hop and what it really meant to be in the culture of hip hop or whatnot. Because I grew up listening to jazz and reggae for the most of the time of my life and whatnot until I was maybe about 14.
Mm,
Um, and I think the first dude I ever heard like rapping was Wayne. But at the same time, it really wasn't nothing like too impressive to me because I'm a
mm-hmm,
dude. I seek knowledge. You feel me? I seek things that like make me want to like hit the rewind button, stuff like
mm,
that, replay value and everything like that. Essence. Some type of substance. So the first dude I ever heard that really hit me hard like that was Lupe. Um, and not only would Lupe hit me hard with like what he was saying, but he hit me in a sense of like his just physique. Cause at the time, like,
mm.
dude, I was a little scrawny, I was a scrawny dude, you know what I'm saying, glasses, a little nerdy type of cat. And I
Right.
was like, oh man, this dude, he's spitting bars and he a nerd just like me, you know what I'm saying?
Hey.
So I was like, this is dope, you feel me? It was super dope. And then, I just dug into it. So I heard like, I heard the J's, the Nas's, you know what I'm saying, the Pops, the Bigs, Diggable Planets, Master Ace, Gangstar, like just all them cats, like the locks, like all them cats in the era were like, they really was spitting, you know what I'm saying? But they had that gutter grimy 90 boom bap sound. Like that's just what it was for me, man. And honestly, like, that's just been my per se sound for the longest. I mean, I'm definitely versatile as much as I've come a student now, but that was like the thing right there. I think another thing too was that my father's a pastor. And as much
Mm.
as he really want me to become an artist, because he didn't want, he thought I was gonna go off on a deep end with stuff, but like when
Right.
he really heard my message, he was a huge supporter. My parents are definitely supporters. So I come a long way, you know what I'm saying? I mean, like really, I'm still I still consider myself young in the game. I mean, like I've been doing this like 5 years, you feel me? And that's really
Mm-hmm.
not that long, but I made some great strides. I've met some incredible people. I built some bridges, resources. I got a beautiful team behind me now, you know what I'm saying? So I'm doing some incredible things, I think, and it's more to come, you feel me?
Yeah, I know. Look, I do. I see, but that's the thing. See, I know though. You know what I'm saying? Like I know. I've seen you on the stage. I've seen you spit bar, you know what I'm saying? Not once, but several times, you know what I mean? So I know the heat which is why in my intro I said lyricist, because not only do you, I think there's a difference between a person being a rapper and a person being a lyricist. You know what I'm saying?
Totally agree
Like
with you. Totally
totally,
agree with you.
like we got a ton of rappers today. So I had the conversation with Rec Riddles on here. You know what I'm saying? Like
My
I know,
boy.
right? Like there's a difference between being a lyricist and being a rapper. Like there's There's just a big difference. One has, and you kind of mentioned it, right? So one has substance. One is able to truly spit bars in a way to kind of make you think about the context of what he or she, because Rhapsody be having some crazy, man,
gosh,
you know what I'm
bro.
saying? Like I don't really generalize when it comes to lyricists. Oh, there's a male lyricist, there's a lyricist, right? And so there's,
Same.
bruh. But there's still a huge difference between the two. Substance, message, content, you know what I'm saying? Wordplay. There's a lot that goes into, you know, being a lyricist. So let me ask you, because you kind of mentioned it. Why do you think substance is something that's critically important in hip hop?
I mean, well, for one thing, like with hip hop being one of the most controversial yet enthusiastic pieces of art out there when it comes to the music side of things, there are a lot of different things that deprive from hip hop. There are many different things that we've quote unquote sampled from many things out there in the world. There's so many things in the world that involve hip hop. You know, I mean, look at chess. You know, like with the Wu-Tang, you know, involving, you know, chess and hip hop together. You know, you look at the gaming community. You look at all these different communities outside of just like the music field that involve hip hop. You know, and then you look at like what hip hop deprived from as far as like, you know, the jazz. You know, all these type of different elements or whatnot. You know, so one right there, like just for it to be like, you know, such a substantial part of just the world. I just truly believe that like any person who jumps in this, and I say Coliseum, arena, whatever you want to call it, you know, you start to develop a platform for yourself, you know, and especially, you know what I'm saying, with Black culture, like, you know, we have to start using our platforms correctly. You know what I'm saying? I'm never down in a person that has been in the streets, you know, that they're talking to people about, you know, what's going on in this community, in this culture or whatnot, because that's something that everybody can't talk about. You know, so we are, you know, the eyes in that culture. We're the voice, you know, that talk about certain things in those types of communities and whatnot. You know, and we shine light up on that stuff. You know, so I just really feel like, you know, that we have to do a better job of that, and that is a portion and a characteristic within the culture of hip hop that I think a lot of people have driven away from because of the simple fact of how many different types of voices and opinions we got with these higher ups and stuff like that. You talk about the underground community, we understand, you know, that we got a voice that wants to be heard, and I think that needs to be heard to really express what's going on in the world, what's going on in our community, what's going on in the culture, what's going on in our everyday life. You know, so when we understand those things or whatever, we understand also that it's just not with us, it's with a multitude of people. Like I'm heavy on talking about depression and mental health. And I know for a fact, like just as much as it had an effect upon myself, it has a huge effect on a body of people, a large percentage of people in this world today. You know, so it's my duty to not only tell my story, but to also relate other stories from conversations, from reading articles, from other artists talking about stuff in their interviews, whatnot, from legends and people I study, to study them and to, like, you know, maybe, you know, I'm not gonna say mimic, you know what I'm saying, but reference what they say. You know, to people who may not get a chance to hear these people or whatnot. You know, so I believe that's using your platform correctly, using your skill set and your craft correctly. So I think, you know, getting a bit back to that, because we're starting to see a lot more lyricists being born, a lot more people being, you know, exposed in the game to where they're doing the correct thing or whatnot. Even some of the older generation cats, you know what I'm saying? Huge fan of Royce, and I'm loving what he's doing now. You know, not saying he ever did anything wrong, you know, but he's evolved, you know what I'm saying, so much, like, to where the point he's really talking about like real issues within the community and the culture, not just in the music, but as just a normal person. And that's a beautiful thing, because we get away from understanding that, yeah, it's accurate, but it's also events. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people try to like break them up, and it's like, no, they're the same person. It's just that I live a normal life still, but I also have my artistic life, you know, and I take care of both of them, you know what I'm saying, simultaneously, you know. So he's a huge influence on a lot of the things I do as well too, you know. And like I say, that's a person I look up to, using his platform and craft correctly, you know. So I think it's a lot of people that understand it, but it's definitely a huge amount that don't understand it too. And also it's a lot that are not in this that want to try to talk about what's going on. It's like, bro, you haven't even
Yeah.
experienced how much crap we go through on a day-to-day basis to keep y'all ears fed, you know what I'm saying, or whatever the heck we create. You feel me?
Bruh, hands down, I feel you. Look, Royce is in my top 5 right now, so you know what I'm saying, like
You say you sound just like me, brother.
that brother, he is
Just like
definitely
me.
he is definitely in my top 5. And you know what's so crazy? Not to kind of segue, but when I mention that, people go, Royce, he in your top 5, really? I'm like, yeah. Right now, Royce is in my top 5 because see, people got to understand, you know what I'm saying, I may look like I'm 32, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. But but I'm a little older. But so I grew up in a generation, we had let me put it this way. A lot of the music we had messages to it. A lot of people coming up in the time that I was coming up were lyricists. We had our one-offs people, you know what I'm saying, who like to do party music and do whatever. But the majority of the rappers were lyricists. And I mean, you've mentioned a bunch of them. I mean, we were talking about, like, you know, KRS-One, Rakim, you know what I'm saying? I'll include Nas in there, I'll include Jay-Z in there, Tupac, Big. Like, the majority of them had a message, you know what I'm saying? And I think that's something that is missing a lot today because we're so focused on money, cars, sex, drugs, and girls. Let me not forget that. Money, cars, sex, drugs, girls. Granted, we were doing that stuff back in the day too, but they would come with, you know what's so crazy? Not to, dang, see, I get me off on a tangent on something. What's so crazy is that I saw somebody post something up about Rakim, and they were like, you know, one of the greatest MCs to ever live, Rakim, never cursed in any of his songs. I was like, what? Wait a minute. Like, I don't believe that. I don't believe Rakim never cursed in any of his songs. I went back and listened to him a lot. Rakim really never cursed in any of his songs, but he's still one of the greatest MCs to ever live.
You know what's crazy? You know, a lot of people don't, and like I said, I'm not trying to toot my own horn or anything like that, but I don't curse nothing I do.
See?
people never realize that because they never realize that because, like, you know, I feel like I write to where, like, it's so much within a 16 bar verse that you may get caught up in so many things. But yeah, I'm gonna take it back. When I first started, and I wasn't even a lyricist, and I was just a dude who just knew how to rhyme words. I did something, but I mean, like, you know, I was young. I didn't understand, you know, the potential, you know. But when I told myself I was gonna do this, I made an oath to myself and my mom. I'm not listening to nothing I do, and I haven't done it since today.
Yeah, see, that's dope. See, but you know, that's like Eminem's. Like, Will Smith ain't got a cuss in his records, but I do, you know. I mean, it's a point. A lot of rappers today, that's I don't know, man. That's just kind of the theme. Is I mean I get it. It's
cool.
It's expressive.
Like,
you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. I mean, not to bash people who curse in their, you know, in their records. I mean, it's
never bashing nobody.
It's expressive, right? So it's expressive of the feelings and the emotions that they may have been going through at that particular time, or it's kind of, you know, stating back to the culture itself. And what you talked about is that a lot of, so I'm kind of making my bridge back to that, because kind of what you said was that we've forgotten, especially in the hip hop culture, has forgotten the responsibility that it has and the platform that they've been given to convey the message, because the message that they convey to the general public, they're going to gravitate towards, they're going to grab on it, and they're going to run with it. You know what I'm saying? And that's going to leave an impression on them. And I don't know if people, as you've stated, truly understand the responsibility that they've been given on that platform to convey their message in that way.
Yeah, it's like it's really crazy because I used to teach second grade and I mentored kids and stuff like that, which I still do to this day. And And it just astounds me at the amount of, you know, young people who want to, you know, step foot in this arena, you know, and they only view what goes on a TV screen or what people tell them. You know, I know so many dudes who they get high with their friends and they be like maybe freestyling or whatever, and you know their friends, you know, boast them up. It's like, you know, hey man, you need to start doing this or whatever, and it's like, you know, that's cool, but it's like, bro, you don't know the whirlpool of darkness you finna probably go through. You know what I'm saying, to get to where one of your idols, you know, maybe at, because like you gotta understand, people don't understand it. Like it's social, it's media for a reason. You know, media is not gonna always show you the behind the scenes stuff going on. You know, like people posting stuff on social media are not gonna always show you the dark paths they gotta go through, the sacrifices they make to get to where they want to get to or whatnot. The times where they wanted to quit. You know what I'm saying? Even probably even commit suicide, like all that type of stuff. Like you don't see or hear about that stuff. You may hear about it later or maybe in the craft, but I'm talking about just straightforward in your face. You're not hearing that stuff. And it's so many people that dive into this, you know, this art form, and they don't even have a connection with themselves. And like, you know, it's really tough to build an alter ego off something that hasn't even been like taken care of, you know. Like self is a foundation, and you try to build something off a foundation that has no type of founding, you don't fall through it. You feel me? And that's what a lot of people are doing when it comes to like this culture and whatnot, you know. And that's why, like I say, the mental health thing is so big for me, because I see it, I've been there myself, and I know what it's like to be under your foundation and not knowing, like, you know, what your purpose is and stuff like that. And I really don't want to see that, you know. I mean, to whatever you do, you know what I'm saying, to get, you know what I'm saying, make a substantial living for yourself or whatever, that's cool, you know what I'm saying? But don't degrade, don't dehumanize, don't mess up the culture, you know what I'm saying, to get, you know what I'm saying, some type of like physical, you know, persona or a physical like thing or whatever. Like, yo, this is a thing beyond one person. Like I'm a small dot in a mix of a whole bunch of things going on, and I want my small dot to make sure it's the most positive dot that they can be, you know what I'm saying, for myself and those that I represent. For me.
Yeah, for real. I mean, that just goes back to you understanding the platform that you've been given and the responsibility that you have, because, and part of it, I'm listening to what you're saying. Part of it is because certain things have transpired in your own personal life, right? So teaching second grade, mentoring young people, and so you can understand that young kids are impressionable. You know what I mean? You know, they learn things very quickly from their parents, from their environment, from their culture, and those things are going to make an impression on them that is going to be with them for the rest of their life. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah, for sure. Like, kid, man, look, bro, I literally have a line in the song. I said, I found happiness through innocence. And when I was saying innocence, I was talking about kids, man. Like, I regained a part of my joy as just a normal person from watching kids on the playground, having conversation with these kids about, you know, how they feel about life or how they like this and how they like that. They just so open and transparent. And the thing about a kid is, if they really vibe with you, they gonna vibe with you. And if they don't, they gonna tell you, like, I don't like you, you know? And I think that's just such a beautiful thing, you know what I'm saying, to see, you know what I'm saying, the pure aspects of a human being. Because kids, despite whatever, kids don't have the ideal consciousness like we do right now. You feel me? It develops over time, and it develops based on, you know, what they're exposed to. You know what I'm saying? So you definitely have to expose them to the right things in order for them to, like, you know, keep a portion of their purity, you know. And man, like they definitely helped me regain, you know, parts of my purity and my happiness, and the idea that just because I'm an adult with responsibilities, I still deserve to have fun and live my life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure, man.
So, yeah.
Man, kids will tell you the truth. Kids will tell you the truth. Now I'm saying, you want to know if somebody really likes your music? Just ask a kid, hey, listen to this, tell me if you like it or not. They're gonna tell you, I don't like this. Like, literally, my son, because, you know, I produce too, so my son, I'll be making something, and he'll be like, yeah, that's not it, Dad. I'm like, I think it's dope. He'll be like, yeah, but trust me, I don't like that. That's not it. You know what I mean? And granted,
That's crazy.
he's older. He's a teenager, right? So his musical preferences have changed over the years to what he kind of listens to now. But you ask a kid, they will tell you, I like you, I don't like you. This is good. This is not good. So, you know, so man, so you kind of spoke about mental health, right? Which is something that is coming to light within the music industry itself as a whole. It's been under the carpet for a very long time in the hip hop scene, but it's coming to light, right? People are starting to talk more about it. We're starting to hear more about mental health issues at conferences that we may go to, or online platforms such as this. So people are talking about it more. So, and you've kind of mentioned that you've had some issues with whatever those things may be. So I want to talk about how have you dealt with some of those, right? It may be inspiration to others who may be watching. How have you dealt with those issues that have transpired in your life, and how did you overcome some of those things?
Man, I'm gonna say the first thing that I had to realize was that I had to be honest with myself, and I had to like understand that as a man, as a black man, that as much as our souls and our DNA structure has been built off the ability to survive and to provide and to be a strong figure, we have to also understand that that's something that's just been told to us. You know, and I had to really like kind of like sit back and break down, you know, what that is to me. You know, one thing that I really got in tune with myself was the ability to understand that crying is not an emotional thing.
Right.
You know, it's so many men that believe because you cry, you're weak. And you have to understand that crying comes from something. It's not an emotion. You know, anger, happiness, you know, sadness, those are emotions. And you can cry from any of those emotions. You know what I'm saying? Crying is invoked, but also you have to realize that everybody on this planet has the ability to cry. It's a human trait that we all possess, you know? And with that, it helps you gain clarity. It helps you, you know, breathe. It helps you find a peace or whatnot. You get good cries, you get happy cries. People be fighting, crying, like it happens. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't mean that you're weak at all, you know? So that was one just like, you know, barrier I broke down, you know, to where like I've cried on stage before. Like you ask these cats I heard this before, and they be like, this boy acting broke down on stage so many times crying. And I mean, like the thing is like it ain't even because like I'm sad. It's just like, you know, a lot of especially like right now, like my next album is about mental health. So like, you know, I've been making peace with a lot of my, you know, past demons, past experiences, you know, my bad seeds that like, you know, that I've grown, and I've seen the bad fruit that's been produced by them, you know, I've seen how much it took a hold of me. But I mean, like, you know, as far as overcoming, man, like the thing is that you have to understand that you can't overcome it. It's still part of you. Like trauma, depression, all that, like, as bad as people want to make it seem like it's a bad thing, it's really not a bad thing. It's an experience that helps you understand the cons of yourself and ways to better them. You know, you can't be a human being on this planet and expect to grow without going through pain. You know, and as bad as people want to say that pain is a bad thing, or, you know, trials and tribulations a bad thing. Like, if we all never experience any of these things, then like life would be so fucking trash.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because everybody would be just happy, go lucky, happy. And it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like we wouldn't really even understand, like, you know, the ability of being a unique individual. Everybody on this planet is one-on-one. You know what I'm saying? It's never gonna be another one of you. You know what I'm saying? But you'll never understand that concept, you know what I'm saying, unless you go through something. Right. You know, like if you're a bodybuilder and you want to get big, you gotta break your muscles down. That's painful. But pain equals growth. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing I really stripped away all the negativity that comes with a lot of these words that are out there. I stripped myself of talking down on myself. I stripped myself of being around people who used and abused me. I made peace, and I apologize. I apologize to certain people that did certain things like that or whatnot. My fault, Vaughn. My dang headphones messed up.
No, that's all
I
good.
have to do it like this, bro. Yeah, my fault, man. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, of course. Yep.
All right. Yeah. So yeah, I had to make, apologize, what I'm saying, peace with certain people that I actually brought pain to, you know what I'm saying? Because as a man,
Mm,
I'm not going to be a person that's not responsible for her actions. I take responsibility for when I mess up, you know what I'm saying? So I had
right.
to make peace with that. It was literally a long checklist of things, you know what I'm saying? Like making sure that my circles of people I stick around, like just as much as I influence them, they influence me to be better. Not just whatever what at the table or whatever, but like just period. And I think the biggest thing was just being honest with myself and saying I'm not okay, and then like figuring out a way to understand that I have purpose, that I have to love myself better, I have to take care of myself. And this is not as an artist, this is just as a normal person, just a regular dude, Um, and I mean, honestly, man, like it doesn't happen overnight. It takes time. You know, I was dealing with depression and everything like that for over 15 years, man. And I never really like told myself that I was hurting. I was just like, man, I'm gonna get through it. I put on my mask for the day and get through it. When I'm by myself, I'm hurting, but I'm still here. You know what I'm saying? But it got to a point where that hurt was getting so detrimental to my lifestyle that I had to find a way to change it. And the only way I could change it was to make peace with whatever was bringing me pain, that pain that was so dark to me. Um, and it helped me understand me and love myself more as just a regular person, which transpired over to me loving myself, what I'm saying, as an artist more, loving the people around me, loving the culture I'm in, like, loving just
Hmm.
just just showing love and being and producing love and positivity, man. And to where it's like now, like just nothing bothers me, like I mean, I get irritated about things. I really don't get mad.
Mm,
I don't
mm,
stress out, and I see it because I see my skin is healthier, my appetite is better. I regained a lot of the weight I lost, from being depressed. My pen is sharper. You know what I'm saying? Like I have
mm.
a beautiful time doing anything or whatever. Like the simplest things to me bring me joy. And a big thing that I knew that helped me was that I can be in a room by myself and be totally fine. You
That's
know.
right. Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
So I
you're
mean,
at peace with yourself.
yeah, you
Yeah.
super peace, man, super peace.
Yeah. Yeah. That's, man, thank you for sharing that. I greatly appreciate it. And I hope it's definitely for those who are watching it are going to be inspiration to them. Mental health is a very serious thing, man. And it's kind of like you said, it's not that it's bad. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not that it's bad. It helps shapes and develop people to become the people that or the persons that they want to be or that they are today. Everybody goes through things, you know what I'm saying? You kind of mentioned it about social media and how social media kind of projects this image that everybody's perfect, everybody got it together, and everybody is making money. But you don't see the fact that this artist probably goes home every night and cries and bashes himself
Dang.
up. And, you don't see the fact that this person may go home and their marriage is on the rocks and, this person's wife is about to leave and the kids may be abused or whatever the case is. Like, man, the song that resonates with me, this is probably this one song, every time I hear it, resonates with me on the deepest level. And I know it has because I've heard the commentaries about it, is J. Cole, his song Love Yours. Like he always
Oh
talks
yeah.
about there's no such thing as a life that's better than yours. And man, that continues to blow my mind because we look at other people. We look at the Jay-Z's and the Nas's and even people who may be beneath that level and go, I want what they got. I want to make it like they make it. I want to have the money that they have it. But more money, more problems. You know what I'm saying? And so people, man, I got a lot to talk about now because now it's a lot of things that you said is perfect for this particular moment. Is that a lot of people don't think about it. A lot of people try to get into this industry and they feel like, well, I can just jump in and I'm just gonna do my thing. But a lot of times people don't have this. They don't have that thick skin to kind
Oh
of
man. What?
deal with this industry. You know what I'm saying? They don't even just from a local perspective. Boo, boo, you suck. A lot of people don't got. oh, I suck. Oh my goodness. They're gonna go, oh my goodness. That's detrimental to a person's ego, you know, to their confidence, and say, okay, maybe I'm not as good as I thought. I don't know. But Pete, you gotta have tough skin. And I'm talking to whoever's watching this, you gotta have tough skin to make it in this industry. You can't give a flying what nobody really thinks. You know what I'm saying? You gotta believe, like I'm reading Russ's book right now. And he talks about that. He's like, man, you can't give a flying at nothing about what nobody else says. You gotta think that you dope. You gotta think that the music you put out is good enough. You know what I'm saying? So, man, there's a lot of stuff you just said in there that people really need to, just grab hold of and just, man, yeah, like there's so much in there, man. Like one of the things I wrote down was that you talked about kind of early on that people need to take time to identify themselves, right? You talked about how they may try to create this, other side of them, without really having their first side, themselves being, I'm gonna use the word, being accurate, you know what I'm saying, being on point. You know what I'm saying? Like, so why is that important? Why is that important for somebody to take the time to really go back and self-identify and connect with them as a human being, as a person?
Because, man, I mean, like you gotta think about it, bro. Like if you're a person that, you know, I'm just talking about myself. Like I'm a person that I want to see myself in a great position, and I want to see other people in great positions. I want people to get, you know what I'm saying, to a place where they feel at most comfortable, where they feel like they're accomplishing things, you know what I'm saying? The same I want for myself, you know. But it's like if you want to help somebody, you know, do that, you have to help. First have to help yourself help yourself. You know, you can't help anybody else if you're not helping yourself out first. You know, so like for me to achieve that goal, I have to make sure that I'm taking care of myself. I'm getting proper rest. I'm eating. I'm being, you know, a student of myself on a day-to-day basis. I'm learning about the culture. I'm this. I'm that. Like, you know, I'm a daily student of life and everything around me. You know, so if I don't take care of myself or any of those things that involve self, then I'm going to be so off the Richter scale when it comes to me trying to reach out to do anything else or whatever. And the thing is, people don't understand that you could live 10 years without dealing with anything involving self. And when that 11th year hit, as I said it before, that foundation can break, and you've been thinking you've been climbing and doing something so great, and you hit that one point where you fall, and you fall right back down to your foundation, and it's so fragile that you, like I said, you fall through. And the thing is, you look at the foundation as level one. You know, nobody has experienced underground of your foundation, and you, like most people don't. So when you fall through, you get to a point in your life where it's such a piece of uncharted territory, and it's so dark and it's so scary that like you just like, bro, I don't need to be here. And most of the time, to get to a habit in their mind and in their soul where it's like, I don't have no purpose. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know who I am. Oh, let me drink myself. You know what I'm saying? Oh, let me smoke myself. So let me numb this pain. You know what I'm saying? And one thing I also want to bring up too is that people don't understand that everything can be a price if you take it too far.
Oh, yeah, like, for sure.
Even being a creator, for me to try to create for 6 hours straight, even though I can do, you know, but if I'm tired mentally, spiritually, as a human being, and I'm still trying to create, first of all, I'm not gonna create the best. It's gonna probably be rushed. It ain't gonna sound like me. Like it's not gonna be anything quote unquote accurate. You feel me? So I have to take care of myself. I have to do these things in order for everything, you know what I'm saying, to be, you know, as a proficient as possible. You know, like your normal self, it's like one of them webs you use, like, you know, like a science class, something like that. Like you're the centerpiece of everything. Everything stems out from that. if that center's not taken care of, everything else gonna be a wrap. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna be as proficient, as dominant, you know, as what you would expect, what you would think or whatnot, you know. And you know, like I said, you can ride that wave for a long time, but when you truly fall off that wave, it's gonna hurt. You're gonna crash hard, you know. So I always tell people, like, just take care of yourself. Like, you know, take care of yourself, love yourself, you know, and it's up to you. Like, a million people in the world can tell you that you're a great human being, but if you don't believe that yourself, it doesn't mean anything.
That's right. You gotta, man, brother, you gotta take care of yourself. You gotta take care of yourself. If you can't take care of yourself, so people on here know that I used to teach leadership training for tons of years, right? 20 plus years. And that right there is the first thing I will always tell leaders in organizations is that you cannot lead a team properly. You cannot lead a team to greatness if you can't lead yourself. If you don't got your stuff in order, you cannot, because teams are made up of people, and people are looking toward that leader for guidance, for strength, for leadership, integrity. And if you ain't got any of that, your team is going to fall apart. They are not going to have what they need in order to be highly productive so that you can lead them effectively. You got to take care of yourself. Like even in just normal life. Yeah. Go ahead.
Can I add to that? I was gonna say also too, great leaders understand too that they sometimes need to be followers. You know, like great leaders understand that they not just to still be a good follower, but we're a follower at a time.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Because the thing, you don't know everything. One of the greatest things I understand in my life is that I know enough to know that I don't know everything. So therefore, I'm going to forever be a student of life, and like I said, life and everything around me. So I hold firm to that.
That's right.
You know, because like I said, I know more than the kid on some mental stuff. You know what I'm saying? As far as like retaining information, all that stuff, but the way they live their life just carefree, we can easily forget about that being. So, like I say, I learned how to regain my happiness from a child. So right then and there, it just shows that anything and everything can be of an asset to you, and you can learn from that. You know,
right.
It don't matter how old a person is; it's how it's the person taking in the information and get it. Some things be real simple, some things be real intricate. It's just how you take it in and you break it down for your own personal understanding.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man, you learn. We learn so much from others. You know what I'm saying? Whether they're kids, whether they're the older generation or our peers, you know what I'm saying? Like we learn so much, but you're right. In order to be a great leader, you got to be a great follower too. You know what I'm saying? Because you even as a leader, I'll use myself as an example. Even as a leader in the organization that I work for, I'm still learning from other great leaders too. So I am still in that mode of being a follower. Never would I ever think, well, I've arrived at the pinnacle point of my life and I know everything, because trust me, I don't. And no one can say that they do. No one has the corner on all of the knowledge in the world. So man, it's all of that. But man, I'm sitting here and I'm glad, brother, because we've known each other for a while. And I'm glad to hear, that your joy, the joy that is present in you, man, is just seeping out, and I love to see that, and I love to hear that. So that's kudos to you, man, because there's a lot of people in life today that are struggling with a lot of different things, and so, I mean, even in the state of hip hop, people are struggling with things that we don't see. You know what I'm saying? So let's kind of talk about that. Let's kind of switch gears for a moment. So I have, I'm always referencing my list of questions that I got over here. But so let's talk about the state of hip hop today. I kind of want to get your thoughts on it. What do you think about the state of hip hop today? Where it's currently at, and where do you see it going?
Man, honestly, like I said, I think it's really coming back, you know what I'm saying, to substance or whatnot. Like I said, it's been a lot of new faces. And the faces have been in the culture that are finally getting, you know what I'm saying, the proper just love they deserve and stuff like that. And I want to say COVID had a huge impact on that, because now we were in a position to where we had to sit down and really like, pay attention to what's going on. So if you were a listener of music and stuff like that, you got a chance to really sit down and like, study and hear some of the things that are coming out the mouths of certain artists or whatnot. There are a lot of people I know right now that I used to talk about, like, per se, talk about Royce. Like, a lot of people that, they listen to Royce, but they didn't hear Royce. That's a whole different type of, like, thing right there. You listen to somebody, but you actually hearing it.
That's right.
So to actually get a chance to really hear a person, how they're talking, how they're writing, the substance, all that stuff or whatnot, it's a mad amount of cats that finally are starting to get like the recognition they deserve. And it's crazy, even in battle rap, that was one thing that really like hit me hard. Battle rap culture, because now you don't have the crowd and your people backing you up. It's up to your pen and your performance. You know what I'm saying? There was a lot of battle rap dudes that got exposed, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not, like, if you in battle rap, you in the culture, like that's a tough thing to do. Like that's one of the,
I can do it.
That's one of the toughest parts in hip hop culture, that if you can stand on that stage and do it like that, you pretty nice. You feel me? Because it's hard to stare in the face of somebody like going down your throat, talking all that smack to you or whatever.
I couldn't do it. Look, okay, you're right. Because as soon as you say something crazy, I'm gonna be like, yo, what you say? What you say? Like, I couldn't do it. Yo, I don't want to cut you off, but what's so crazy is that there's a dude that lived here in Atlanta that from St. Louis, named Big Will, right? So,
we know,
right. So me and Big Will work at the same company. You know what I'm saying? And so I was like, yo, man, you look mad familiar. Like, where you from? He was like, I'm from St. Louis. I was like, wait a minute, you do music, don't you? He was like, yeah. He said, yeah, my name's Big Will. He said, I used to do battle rap, like on 106 and Park, freestyle and battle rap. I was like, yes. Yeah, so we work at the same company. But yeah, Big Will, bro, like he stood on that stage. I couldn't do it. You can't just talk about my mama and my kids like that without some stuff, popping off. So I'm just saying, like, yeah. Yeah.
But
so anyway, go ahead, man.
Well, sure, no doubt. Yeah, but like, even with that, like, it's people had to sit down pretty much and like, really start to like really think about what they listen to, because like, music is a gateway to a lot of things. I've known so many cats who listen to a lot of like the gangster stuff or whatnot, and they be so entranced to where it's like, bruh, you wouldn't bash a grape, and this music got some right. Alright. But like, it really got people to understand, like, that like the idea of people who really devote their time and their everything to their craft. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot, like I said, I'm bringing up Royce. Royce has been doing so much incredible, work with his craft beyond before COVID. And now to finally see this man, like, really, getting like just do flowers. So many cats, even dudes in my generation, dude named Annoyed from Connecticut, Oswin Benjamin, from the Bronx, Chris Rivers, Big Son, like, it's so many cats that are finally getting they just do. Like, even cats out here, my boy T Dub doing his thing, getting his just do, it's just mad cats, to where like now you have to sit down and hear what I'm saying. So I feel like the state of hip hop now, it's still a bit off balance, because of the it's so many rappers, as you stated earlier, so many rappers. There's so many egos. It's so many people who are still thinking about, because I dress and I use this auto tune, that I'm so successful, But at the same time, we're starting to see people like really like develop, and come out with these crazy skill sets, like I think Joyner Lucas, despite the fact of how crazy he is, like as a person, but as an artist, Yeah, dude, that's a whole nother conversation. But
Whole other,
but as an artist,
yeah,
dude is incredibly like super talented, and he's so
yeah,
versatile, man. Like,
yeah.
finally getting to understand like where he came from and what he can do. You know what I'm saying? Not just the artist, but on that paper and on wax, man. Like it's crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
One of my favorite is Ab Soul, even though he didn't really drop nothing.
Hey,
People, people
yo,
understand
don't
that
get
boy
it.
pen ain't nothing to play with. You feel me?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You brought up Rhapsody, you know what I'm saying? And a huge shout out. I don't do the gender thing either, you know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna say a huge shout out to a lot of the female MCs
Yeah.
in the game who are incredible. Rhapsody, Cyrock, Snow the Product, with
Yep.
Dreezy. So many of them just doing some incredible stuff, you know what I'm saying? And I really, you know, enjoy what they're bringing to the table because a lot of them can rap these dudes under the table. You feel me? And I'm saying that straight up.
Right. Right. I think a lot of people are getting tired of what we kind of hear today on the radio. You know what I'm saying? Like I think they're getting tired. You know, music is a very cyclical thing. You know what I'm saying? So it will where it started from, you will find yourself going back to that. A great book that explains it is this book called The Song Machine. And The Song Machine talks about how music is very cyclical. And so you can start to hear some of those elements coming back. Some of that early hip hop, some of that disco, you know what I'm saying? Bruno Mars kind of started that with, you know, on the R&B side. And there's a lot of people on the hip hop side that kind of bringing that into their music. Some of that disco, some of that. And now it's not straight up, you know, disco like, you know what I'm saying? Like Saturday Night Fever, but you can hear some of those elements coming back in their music. The musical elements are starting to come back. We're starting to get away from a lot of 808s and hi-hats and stuff like that to real stuff. And people are listening to that and go, oh, I'm always impressed by artists who are always talking about, I'm looking for what's next. Like, yeah, that's stuff that's out there now, but what's next? What's that next sound that's going to come out? That's going to take it to the next level. You know what I'm saying? And some of that is going to include some of those elements that we heard from early hip hop. But yeah,
Right.
like an example. I don't know if you were going to say something, but I recently just found out about this guy. People are going to be like, what? Drax. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's this dude named Drax. And I was like, oh, I heard some of his stuff. I was like, okay, he kind of out there he kind of out there a little bit, but I was like, yo, he got bars though. Like, he really got bars. I was like, okay, let me listen to what you're really saying. Yeah, he got, so, and plus I'm a little older, you know what I'm saying? So I'm still listening to Eric B and Rakim and Run DMC.
I still go back and you talk about like all them, like I still listen to Group Home and cats like that. You feel me? Like I'm rest in peace to Google, but that was one of my Gangstar was.
Oh yeah, Gangstar was. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Primo, so it was like just anything dealing with Primo, man. Like I'm heavily a fan of whatnot. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And like I said, I live big. Oh man, I still listen to that stuff, man.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Look, it ain't never gonna go nowhere. But man, let's talk about your music, brother. Let's talk about what you've been working on, what you got coming out. I'm interested in hearing some of the new stuff you've been working on, and just talk about that, man. Kind of talk about your inspiration for the music that you do, which you've kind of alluded to already, and just what you've been working on.
Man, just off top, I mean, like I said, if you haven't heard me before, I am a person like who is more so in the like 90s hip hop brackets or the boom bap, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. That's my lane, you feel me? But at the same time, though, I have learned a bit, you know what I'm saying, on how to be versatile from amongst the dope artists I'm always around and stuff like that. So my next project, actually, like I said, stated before, it's about mental health. It's really about mental health. And I mean, I was talking to my manager about this too, and I was telling her, like, you know, I'm not really worried about the numbers I do with this project. A lot of people like, you get the numbers. It's like this is a project bigger than just numbers. This is something that this is a project of me making peace with everything that's been going on in my life. You know what I'm saying? From the time I finally was honest with myself to even right now, you know. So my only hope with this next project, which is entitled Audio Archer, is just to bring awareness you know what I'm saying, with as a black man, as a black artist, and a black person within the hip hop culture, that depression, anxiety, trauma, all that stuff really is real, but you can consistently heal from it and still be, you know, an incredible person. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's still up to you to do. They can do it for you, you know? So that's the whole thing with that. I really plan on dropping a lot of music this year because I've really been pulled back, you know. I've really been dealing with the mental health stuff out here, as far as like being an advocate and mentoring kids on like, you know, how to deal with trauma at home and stuff like that. It's been a big thing for me. So I kind of pulled back away from the music for a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Really just doing collabs. But I'm not lying, Vaughn, I'm trying to drop like 6 projects this year, bro.
Hey.
I ain't playing.
Let's get it, bro.
I'm working.
Yo, it can be done.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely can. For sure.
Man,
so
look.
that's my thing. Drop music.
Music.
After this mental health project, bro, I'm back on the boom bap. You're gonna get the bars back. I'm trying to get a cipher. I'm trying. What's good? I'm trying to rap. Bro. I'm telling you.
Hey, that's what's up, man. Look, it is absolutely doable. I know artists who struggle to put out 1 album a year. It is absolutely doable to do 6. You just got to plan it out effectively. You got to know exactly what you're going to do at each stage and how each stage needs to go, and how, because you mentioned about having a team and how your team plays a part in pushing that project and ensuring that project gets completed when it needs to get completed, right? So that means having, you know, your studio time available, whether you got a home studio, and making sure that you got your marketing locked in and your platforms that you're going to use. Man, you could absolutely, if I was an artist, see, that's the thing, man, that was the thing. Like, why can't I have the abilities to do, you know, those things? Because if I was an artist, bro, I'd be dropping hella projects like all day, man. Like, you know, I'm finna be an artist. I'm gonna be an artist, man.
Yeah. Hey, but look,
man,
bro,
forget it.
I'm telling you, like, you can, though,
I can't
bro.
rap
Like, yes, you can, bro. Let me tell you something, bro, that people don't understand, bro. Like, I'm asking you this: what is rap? Like, literally, what is the word rap?
Making words rhyme, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's a word, right? It's a word.
Yeah. Yep.
Bro, if you can rhyme, you can rap. If you can rhyme in a rhythmic format, you can rap.
See, I don't want to be a rapper. I want to be a lyricist, though. Because look, I don't want to come out and just be like, yo, hey, skirt, get it. When you look at, I don't want to do that. No, I don't want to do that. Nope. Sorry, I don't want to do that. I want to come out dropping heat. I want you to hear and you be like, oh, what is that? Like, that's pen game got to be, yeah.
It's just studying, bro. I'm telling you, just studying, bro. Like, I think the biggest thing that helped me out too, bro, is just on the art tip, was that I was a writer before anything. You know, like, I went to school I got to school English. You know what I'm saying? So like, that really like.
Oh, that kind of yeah.
It helped me with a lot of like sequence and understanding the formats of rhythm, rhyming, and everything like that. So, and then, like I say, just studying my personal rates, my personal favorites. You know what I'm saying? And then too, like you say, you read a lot, man. I read a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of books.
Yeah.
For real.
And see, I need to read more. I find myself, bro, I watch YouTube videos all day. I don't know if to say that, but bro, I watch YouTube videos hold up. I don't watch them all day. I mean, I'm at work, you know, Monday through Friday. I guess my employer, you know what I'm saying? I'm at work actually Monday through Friday doing my actual job. So make sure we get that straight. But when I'm not, I'm watching YouTube videos, but I'm watching YouTube videos on things that will help further my whatever I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? So right now I'm learning everything about cinematography and directing. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm spending a lot of my time on, looking at character development and story structure and understanding shots and understanding storyboarding and stuff like that. Like, I love this whole music stuff, but your boy trying to be director. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be like Spike Lee. Yeah, Ryan Coogler. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I'm trying to be at that level. But
that's real.
Yeah, I mean, but that is a part of my own personal growth and development and the trajectory that I want to put myself on. I love doing music. I've just figured out there ain't a lot of money in music, but there's a lot of money in doing some other stuff that I'm gonna find out how to make that work. But yeah, I don't know if I could be a lyricist. I can't. I mean, based upon what I hear today, I probably could. I probably could.
I agree with you.
Right? Look, I can make my own beats, and I just need to sit and write. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna try to do that. I'm gonna try to see if I can come up with a song. Hope it ain't whack. But hey, look, I'm not gonna get no collabs for this album. It's gonna be. I don't want nobody verses be hotter than mine. I'm just gonna be me.
That's done. I want to hear this.
Look, it's gonna be on auto. I'm gonna have auto tune.
Oh man.
Bruh, that mug gonna be crazy. But man, oh man, this is why I like having these types of interviews, especially with people that I know, because we can just go and talk about all types of stuff, man. So yeah, yeah, for real. Man, like we almost been at this for an hour, bro. It didn't even feel like an hour.
Mm-hmm.
But so I want to ask you, so as folks are watching the show, what advice would you have for anybody that's trying to get into this music business, kind of outside of what you already talked about? What would you kind of tell them to prepare themselves to be successful in this music business or industry?
Man, I think the one great thing earlier was that you have to have thick skin. That's a huge thing that you have to understand, because you're going to get criticism, both constructive and just trash. I'm just gonna say it off the bat. You're gonna get trash criticism, and a lot of people take that trash criticism and let that run their life. And when you get down to the constructive criticism, a person that's really just giving you advice on how to be better, they get mad about that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So you got to really have thick skin and know what information is gonna help you and what's gonna hinder you. Nothing to it. I'm gonna keep saying it. Make sure you got connection with yourself. You know what I'm saying? This is not an easy. It's not an easy thing to deal with, you know what I'm saying? Like, especially when you're talented, there are going to be a lot of people watching you and a lot of people wanting you to lose your dignity over, you know what I'm saying, them trying to run your life and stuff like that. Like, I literally had a dude come up to me before, and I've told this story to many people, that he told me that I need to dumb myself down, dress a certain way, and he would, with his money, help me get to where I needed to get to. And I was like, bro, you got me messed up, bro. I'm never losing my dignity over this. Like, I tell people I'd rather go through my storms and create scars that make me a better person than to take a detour and lose myself, you know what I'm saying, and not have no type of control over myself whatsoever. So I think that's a big thing. Also too, like, you know, I mean, personally, I feel like you only got two paths you can choose when it comes to music, you know, especially on the rap tip. You're gonna choose either passion or pleasure. You know, and a lot of people choose the pleasure route. You know, they see the cars, like you said, the clothes, the money, the women, the bottles, all that stuff or whatever. You know, but you risk losing yourself in the process of you trying to gain stuff like that. Whereas I chose the passion route, and of course, like the start of passion, like, you know, you more times you by yourself, you become broke, depressed. You lose out on probably possible relationships, opportunities. You gotta make a lot of different ultimatum moves as far as choosing. I want to work. Do I want to go to school? Do I want to do this? Do I want to do that? Do I want to have this type of bond with this person? Like, it's a lot of stuff I lost out on. Like, it's a lot I lost in the beginning. I was broke. I was just messed up. You feel me? You know, but I just never quit. And you know, like, when you don't quit, you start to develop, you know, a better respect for yourself, but also people see your grind and your hustle, and the right people start to just find you, and, like, you know, you start to figure out what's right and what's wrong when it comes to the relationships you're building with people. And, you know, like, especially if, like, you're really out here trying to do something really, like, you know, positive and just, like, uplifting for the culture and the community, like, people will find you and vibe with you and, like, yo, you need help with this, we got you. You need to do this or whatever. You need to go get some studio time, do that or whatever. Like, and it's just work, you know what I'm saying? And then the biggest thing, man, is remain humble. Like, I tell people, like, be humble and hungry. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't talk about or boast about my skill set. I believe I'm really dope at what I do, and I'm still growing with it. But I don't.
You got that right.
I'm dope. Like, you know, if you want to know how dope I am, just come. I can rap. Like I was just spitting in front of you. I don't care. Like this is my I don't care. I do this 24/7, 365. This is what I do. So
Right.
I don't have to talk about my skill set, my talent or whatnot. You know, I don't even have to talk about my accolades, who I know, what I've done. I don't talk about none of that stuff. Like the streets will talk for you if you're doing supposed to be right. Even when people be doing wrong, the streets don't talk, but the streets will talk. They'll talk for you. So you don't need to talk about yourself. You know what I'm saying? Say the energy in your craft or doing something else productive. You know what I'm saying? I really can't say anything 'cause I'm not like, you know, I'm still learning and developing myself. You know what I'm saying? But these are just key components that help me not only become a better person, not only a better artist, but just better overall, just human on all playing fields or whatnot, you know.
Right.
And like I say, man, it's been beautiful. Like I said, I'm with a beautiful team of people. I've met and worked with some incredible people that I actually look up to in the game. I've traveled the world doing this or whatnot. Like, shoot, my parents are proud of me. You know what I'm saying? Like with what I'm doing and whatnot. And even just with the artistry and whatnot, it's helped me, like, you know, develop better relationships with myself, other people. It's opened doors for me to be a better mentor to the kids I mentor. It's dope, you know what I'm saying? But you have to decide and make the right decision to do, you know what I'm saying, what's correct for your life and find your purposes and like, you know, just be great and believe in yourself and just don't quit. You know what I'm saying? So that's really what I know. You know?
Man, that's what's up, brother. Yeah, don't quit. Don't quit. Like it's tough, but anything. I had a mentor that said that she would always tell me that leadership is not easy ship. And I was like, oh, leadership is not. She said, Brian, if it was easy, everybody would do it, but they don't.
That's a fact.
Because leadership is not easy ship. Like, oh, so you gotta truly develop yourself in order to be at whatever level you want to be at. If you want it, you got to go after it. Nobody's going to hand it to you. Nobody's going to come in on a horse and, you know, a knight in shining armor and pick you up as an artist and carry you off into, you know, La La Land. That's not going to happen. Yeah, that's not going to happen. You got to put time, energy, and effort to it. And trust me, I know some great artists that are out there. If they just put the time, energy, and effort into it, oh my gosh. There's some dudes that I know today, bro, including yourself. There's some dudes that I know today that will run circles. And I mean, like how Captain America was running circles around Falcon and Captain America, literally, hands down. But a lot of them don't have the work ethic. Some of them just don't have it. And it's like, they're not going to be sad to say. It's sad to say that's why I want it. Give me that talent. I'll drop 6 albums a year.
Well, I know some dudes who I'm literally cool with that, like, and like, I think the one thing about me is I'm honest. Like I would tell a person, Dave, like, I didn't got bodied on songs before. I know it's times where, like, you know, I didn't wrote verses to where, like, I know it just fit the song, but it wasn't even 100% me or whatever, or close to, like, you know what I'm saying? But I know some dudes who is incredible spitters.
Incredible.
And you know what they do, bro? They sit in the studio all day. That's all I do. We're in the lab, you feel me? We're in the lab all day. You know what I'm saying? So, like, and I'm like, bro, like, you have to, if you want to do this full time, bro, you have to go out and expose yourself to the public, let people know who you are and stuff like that. Like, one thing that helped me get to where I'm at, bro, I don't have the biggest catalog in music. I really don't. I tell people that all the time. I put myself in a position where people saw my face all the time. Like, even if I wasn't rapping or performing, I was there. They saw me. You know what I'm saying? And when I don't care if it was 2 minutes on stage, you gonna hear me. Like, I'm not playing. You know, you gonna hear me. Like, I made myself known to the public. You know, and like I said too, like, I wasn't out there boasting about how dope I was. It was like, no, this is something I'm super passionate about, and I want to be able to use my platform correctly. So, you know what I'm saying? If I'm not putting myself out there to be seen by the people, you know, showing people that I'm not just rapping, you know what I'm saying, just to, you know, sound good or it sounds good in the song. I'm living what I'm rapping. Like, bro, like it's facts to me. I tell people, what you hear in my songs, in a verse of mine, it's facts. I don't have nothing to lie about. You know what I'm saying? Like everything I talk about in all my music is facts. Only type of metaphorical stuff you're gonna be hearing that sound like crazy, talking about guns and stuff, is probably I'm talking about using words to shoot you in your soul, knowledge type of stuff like that. But you know, like I don't be out here talking about I'm getting money or I'm finna go mess with this chick or I'm finna like
yes.
and even if that's my personal life, you know what I'm saying? But I mean I don't. At the same time, it's like I'm not gonna be a person to present a piece of my soul to the public and it's fabricated BS.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's just what I stand by, what I believe, you know what I'm saying? So what you getting from me, it ain't just something to where like I want people to like me. It's like you getting a piece of my soul. Like I put my heart and my soul in this every day, every time the pen touch the pad, every time I'm writing on my phone, every time I hit the booth, like every time I hit the stage, you know. That's why I tell people like this is an honor and privilege for me to be a part of what's going on. It ain't just because I'm nice. It's just really an honor and privilege. You know what I'm saying? I ain't putting no gun in nobody's hand say, hey, go buy my stuff. Nah, you make the choice to do that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, and another thing I want to tell artists, like, bro, we ain't crap without engineers, without producers.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Without DJs, you know what I'm saying? Without, you know what I'm saying? Anybody, you know, with PR agents, without our managers. Like, we ain't nothing. Like, and even if you do it yourself, that's great too. You know what I'm saying? But you still learn that from somebody, so you gotta talk that. So still, we ain't nothing without help and support. So I've always say anybody who decides to support me, to ask me to come on an interview and talk, you know, tell my story, whatever, like that's all a privilege. It ain't nothing forced. It's just an opportunity and a privilege that somebody reached out to me to be able to, like, you know, talk about what's going on in my life as a human being and as an artist. And you cannot be nothing but thankful and grateful for that. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, that's what's up, man. Man, tell y'all, my man Ackurate dropping gems. You know what I'm saying? Dropping gems. Like, yes, he giving it to y'all at I mean, we had some throughout, but right now, boy, we got these gems coming through. But man, that is absolutely correct. But see, that's why I couldn't be. Give it to wrap it up here just a little bit, because you know, like we'll go on for a minute, but that's why I couldn't be a rapper. What I'm gonna rap about? Living in the suburbs, you know what I'm saying? Working as a manager at a company, playing Call of Duty with the kids, spending time with the wife on date night. Like I wouldn't know what to rap about. Like because see, I'm not the type of person to rap about guns and violence and all that stuff either, and drugs. I don't do that. I don't do guns and violence and drugs. And I don't even drink. I don't do none of that. So it's like, what I'm gonna rap about? I'm gonna rap about, you know, I'm sitting up here drinking this water, playing Call of Duty with my daughter. Like I don't even know if she play Call of Duty. But bars. No, we start. But yeah, see, that's why I couldn't be a rapper. Yeah, I just couldn't. I couldn't do it. But man, brother, it has been great having you on. We're gonna have to do it again, especially when the album drops. Have you back on, promote it, talk about it. You know what I'm saying? So tell people where they can find you.
Yo, I guess y'all can see my name down there. My handle, Accurate the Wise, is ACKURATETHAWISE. That's actually my handle for everything social media wise. So if you find it on one, you find it on everything else. Yeah, I mean, like, you just want to find ACKURATE, you know, and I always tell people, like, I'm always down to talk, you know what I'm saying? I'm a human being just with a gift, you know, so I encourage people to contact me, to talk to me, you know what I'm saying? And I definitely encourage people to contact me in regards to mental health, because that's something I really, like, strive to make sure that is convenient for people to express. And also too, it's confidential information between me and the person talking about it. You know what I'm saying? So please contact me, hit me up. Yeah, I'm here. You feel me? I'm here. I'm here for the coach. I'm here for people. You know, and I'm here for myself. You feel me? I'm with this.
That's right, man. Y'all give it up for Ackurate. Yes. My guy. My guy. So man, so stick around for just a moment while I close this out. So don't go anywhere yet. All right, ladies and gentlemen, man, great interview with my guy, Ackurate. Once again, he's a lyricist, but he's just an amazing human being. You know what I'm saying? Like, you heard the stuff about his life and his music and the things that he's done, things that I didn't even know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't know he was an English teacher before and was teaching, you know, kids and mentoring kids. And I think that is an amazing thing. And I think that that helps shapes and develop a person and gives back to the community overall. So shout out to him for the things that he's been doing. So make sure, if you just tuning in, if you didn't catch the whole interview, go back from the beginning, rewind it, watch the whole thing, nothing but gems, and you get to know more about Ackurate. And so thank you once again, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in. It's your man, B. Vaughn. Once again, you can always catch us every Monday and every Thursday at 7 p.m. right here on We Create Music TV. You can catch all of our interview segments on those Monday and Thursdays at 7. And of course, all of the master classes that we do, networking in the music industry, branding for the music creators. And we got some more stuff coming. I got a couple of other series in my head that I'm getting ready to plot out for y'all. So, but let us know, let me know what you want from We Create Music TV, what type of content would you like to see. Drop a comment. Make sure to subscribe to our channel, hit that like button, make sure to hit the bell for notifications of new content when it drops. And of course, it makes all of what we do more accessible to viewers on YouTube so that, you know, people can find out about what we do. I think we give great content, and yeah, I appreciate all of you tuning in. So once again, we're out. Peace.